Life is hard, and life can be so much harder, especially when you don't have the confidence to navigate through it freely. There's something that's happened along the way. Someone has said something to you, something you've experienced, something you've heard. Something has made you feel like you are less than you are. Your confidence is about who you are, showing up authentically in your skin and knowing that you are happy and content with who exactly that is. Hi, I'm Anthea, founder of Amarkai Group. We help entrepreneurs and small business owners to skyrocket their success so that they can create more impact in the world. Continue watching to find out how you can be more confident. But because something's happened along the way, it's made you second guess yourself. It's made you devalue yourself. It's made you think that you are less than, that you are not worthy of having certain things. And so with a confidence knock, how you then navigate through life is completely different, because you will struggle to say no and you'll struggle to say yes, especially when it comes to yourself, because you don't think you're worthy of what comes with saying yes. You don't go after the things that you want, the promotion that you want at work, the starting your own business, the taking up a new hobby. You don't have the confidence, the feeling that you are worthy, that you are valuable, that you are enough to go and do these things. And so when you think about all of the things that you don't do simply because you're not confident, think about all of the things that you're missing out on. Opportunities to meet new people, opportunities to do new things, to see new places, to learn new things that can help you excel in whatever area of your life that you're trying to at the moment. But when you're not confident, when you're not taking those risks, when you're not putting yourself out there, when you're not stretching and expanding your comfort zone, you stay small. You stay worthless. You stay feeling like this is all I deserve. This is all there is, and it's fine. Now, the problem with that is that none of that's true. Even if you've been through some things, it doesn't mean that you are of no value. And you don't have to look to the world to give you the confidence, to validate your existence, to help you feel like you are worthy, that you are someone. Because all of that will stem from inside of you. You have to believe it for yourself. And so when you don't believe it, no one else believes it. And when you don't treat yourself well because you're not confident enough to ask for what you want, to have the things that you want in life, you're also showing other people how to treat you. If you don't treat yourself with respect, then no one else will. And so you get into this vicious cycle of wanting to be more, wanting to be happier, wanting to be more confident, wanting to try things, versus this, I'm not worthy of having any of that. So I'll just stay small. I'll just fall back. I'll just let others go. But when they start to go, when they start to pass you, when you see them elevating, when you see other people succeeding, envy creeps in. I could do a better job. I've been working harder than they have. I've been knowing about this for so much longer. I've been putting in all the work. How comes they get to have these things? These are things that I want. But you know the difference? They probably asked for it. They probably put themselves into situations that are going to help them to acquire the things that they want to have in their life. And so with a lack of confidence, you start to fall into this place of victim. Why me? It's because of X that I'm like this. It's that person who's to blame. It's this experience that happened that has caused me to feel this way. And where certain things may have actually happened in your life, that's not the reason you feel that way. It's because you've chosen to. It's because you have responded to those situations. You've responded to those people with devaluing yourself, playing small, shrinking, sitting back, falling back and saying, yeah, this isn't for me. And that was a choice you made. Whether it was subconscious or conscious is irrelevant. The fact is you made it. The good news is that you get to make a new choice. You get to now say, I want my confidence back. I want to be confident in myself. And I know that that's challenging as a concept, because when you don't have that much confidence, you don't necessarily think that you can just gain it overnight, and you can't. And again, you might feel like you're going to get those things because by validating or getting validated from the world. Again, that's not true. The world can't validate you. You have to validate you. You have to define your worth. You have to define your value. And then you show up into the world showing exactly what all of that is. So how do you go about improving your self-confidence? You know, one way spoken about previously is the ability to visualize. You know, see yourself doing things that only a confident person will do. See yourself as a confident person. What does that look like? What does it feel like? What kind of things are you doing? And then start to do those things. And eventually the feelings of confidence will come to you. But in addition, one thing that is really, really useful for grounding yourself, for really getting back to that foundation of understanding how important you are and your value, is gratitude. Gratitude overrules pretty much everything. So those feelings of envy that you had because that friend who's only just started their career is earning double the amount that you are earning, it's okay. You don't need to envy them, because you are worthy in yourself and your time will come in your path. You don't have to concern yourself with all of the things that you don't have, because gratitude allows you to be thankful for all of the things that you do. And depending on where you've been getting your source of validation for your existence, for your being, for the things that you're doing, currently, it could be based on the material things that you have. How big is your car? How big is your house? How much money are you earning? You know, all of these kind of things make you feel like unless you have them, then you're not successful, you're not meaningful, you're not valuable, you're not worthy. And again, none of this is true. So when you're in a place where you can practice gratitude, it's essentially allowing you to, just forget the world for a minute and think about all of the things that you do have. Instead of focusing on what we don't, we focus on what we do. And this isn't just to say, oh, I'm grateful because I have a job. It goes down to certain things that we probably take advantage of every single day and barely even acknowledge. The fact that you may have woken up in a bed, an actual bed with frames. You can be grateful for that, because there are so many people who are waking up outside, in shelters, using sleeping bags, on mattresses, in homes where there's 5 to a room, right? Where you are right now, grateful. What else can you be grateful for? That the sun is shining, that you have windows, that you have heat, that you have a fridge that is stocked full of food and drink, that you actually have a mobile phone that can connect you with other people, and there's going to be somebody who answers that call when you make it. You have friends, you have family, you have air in your lungs. How often are we thankful for these things? How often do we say, God, I'm grateful that I've been given another day? How often do we say that whatever else happens, I'm happy that at least I woke up today. At least I got to see my friend today. At least I got to see the sunrise today. At least I got. Right? And when you practice gratitude, it puts everything into perspective. Because again, it allows you to focus on possibilities and opportunities rather than voids. So instead of thinking about all of the gaps that you have in your life, you start to appreciate everything that's there. And the more that you appreciate everything that's there, the more you realize how worthy you are of having that. And the more that you realize that you are worthy of having that, it increases your self-worth. You realize that there are people in your life who love you. There are people in your life who are out here thinking about you, considering you, supporting you. And when you think about all of the kind things that people have done, and they've done that for you, then that makes you feel much more special. So if I'm this special, then how can I be worthless? Those things conflict. They can't both be true. So then which one would you decide? Well, I'm practicing gratitude, so I understand that there are things that are happening specifically for me and only for me. So I must hold value. I must be worthwhile. And so the more you realize that, the more you practice that on a regular basis, it just expands your mind. It helps you to see so many things, not necessarily just small things, and be appreciative of it. So when the bigger things come, gosh, it is out of this world. Because you're happy right here with everything that you already have, it becomes so much easier to attain all of the other things that you might want. These are things that you want, because right now, right here, exactly where you are, you have everything you need. And that's the difference. So being grateful allows you to think in a more positive way. So if you think about your day and you're grateful for your day every single day, it helps to counteract some of the negative thoughts that you might have. It helps to counteract some of the negative assumptions that you make about other people. It helps to counteract some of the negative feelings that you may project when you see certain things happen. So when you see people getting into a relationship and you're still trying to find one, when you see people starting a business and you're still trying to find a job, when you see people who've lost 20, 30 pounds and you're still trying to eat right today, you can be grateful because today you had the opportunity to try. Today you've had an opportunity to gather a new skill. Today you've got an opportunity to improve your communication. Today you have opportunities. And so when you take away that constant focus on what you need to have before you can be confident, before you can be happy, before you can be content, and realize that you have everything that you need right here, right now, life is so different. There's a level of humility around it. It humbles you. It helps to soften that pride. And it's the pride that's preventing you from confidence. And this isn't about you being cocky. This is about you being sure. Because confidence is about knowing. It's about knowing who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for, what you will tolerate. It's your ability to set boundaries. It's the knowing that I don't have to take certain things. I value myself enough to pull myself out of certain situations because they don't benefit me. They don't match my value. And so when you're not working on your confidence, you allow people to determine what you're worth, where it's you that sets the price, and you are priceless. So what are you willing to accept in your life? And I know that there are many, many people who keep hearing this word gratitude and thinking, what does it mean? I'm grateful, I'm alive, like that's fine. But it's different as a throwaway comment versus you actually intentionally seeking ways to be grateful for today. And so there are many ways that you can practice gratitude. You could get a journal, and every day you can write a gratitude list. It could be one thing, 5 things, 10 things, whatever. You can write a journal about it, how you're feeling grateful for the day. But the idea is to think about certain things that you can be grateful for each and every single day. And every day, look for new ways to be grateful. And that will fill up your life. You will realize how rich you actually are with everything that you already have. It's like having carpet underneath your feet when you get out of bed. It's the ability to be able to turn on a light because you've got electricity. To be able to cycle to work because you have mobility. To meet a friend for dinner because you have social connections. There's so much to be grateful for. So by practicing that on a daily basis, it helps you, it boosts your self-esteem. It helps you realize that there are other people who are experiencing life and all of its challenges and are still here to support you and help you to elevate in yours. So how can you be more grateful? You can also pay it forward. Think about how you can do more acts of kindness. A simple smile, a compliment that you pay to somebody. You never know how that can change their day. Because in the same way that you're experiencing challenges potentially today, other people are too. And we never really know what someone else is dealing with behind closed doors because they come up and show themselves how they want to be seen, not necessarily how they're feeling. So don't necessarily make the mistake of thinking that just because someone looks like they've got it all, that they're actually happy and content with their life, because they may not be. So how can you be more grateful today? And with every item on your gratitude list, every time you remember that you are already in abundance because you have everything you need, it helps to remind you that you are worth having it. You are worthy. So the idea now is for you to think about, how can you find the great in every day? How can you choose to be happy every day? How can you decide that you're going to be confident every day? Because it's you who decides. So find the great in every day, because it's there, just waiting for recognition. If you look for it, you will find it. Stop looking for anything negative that will validate your lack of confidence, and start looking for the positive things that are going to validate your confidence that's there in abundance. You are confident enough to set boundaries. You are confident enough to communicate your feelings. You are confident enough to go after the things that you want to do. You are confident enough to say yes. You are confident enough to say no. You're confident enough to try new things. You are confident enough. And because you have that confidence, because you know your worth, there is literally nothing that you can't do. The world is your oyster, and you now get to experience life. The quality of your life improves simply because you are already grateful for everything you already have. Therefore, everything else that comes to you is a bonus. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and also share, and let us know what you thought.